Very good morning and a warm welcome to all of you. Myself, Aditya Prakash, and I will be moderating this session. Today with us, we have Mr. Rajan Chettri and Mr. Abhijit as a panelist for the session. We will start this session in the next 30 seconds. Thank you. Rajan sir, we are good to start from your end.
Yeah, thank you, Aditya. Thank you very much. So, hi everyone. A very good morning to all of you. Well, guys, thank you for joining the session, everyone. Could you please confirm me, guys? Am I audible to all of you guys? You can reply me in the chat section. You can say hi, hello, hola, good morning. Everything will work here. Hi, George and Jacob from DSC 30. Thank you very much. Hi, Angelica. Hi, Rama Subramaniam. Good to see you again. Hi, Vaibhav. Hi, Mukesh. I'm happy to see you here. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining the session, everyone. So I'm really excited to share, the mantra of sports analytics today in today's session. This is session one, and in today's session, we're going to talk about, the cricket analytics. All right, which is the game changer in the sports arena. So let me, introduce myself here. So if you're joining me for the first time, my name is Rajan Chettri. Yes, that's how I look like. So I work as a senior data science consultant at upGrad, and I also provide my services to various other clients on different projects. So in today's session, I will be talking about how data science is combined with sports to create some wonderful results that will basically enhance the probability of winning here. Well, before we start with the session here, guys, let us hail for our favorite team here, guys. So yeah, requesting all of you to please write me the team which is your favorite team. Let's hail for the team loudly, everyone. Come on, let's do it. All right, so we have the favor, the you can say the favors of CSKs, Mumbai Indians. Oh, that's great. How about Pune Warriors? Come on, guys. That's not too bad. All right, that's great. That's great. Yeah, thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. That looks pretty beautiful. Yeah, thank you. So, so let me give you a fair understanding. Well, I think I don't need to give you the fair understanding, but still, we'll follow the simple mantra of introduction here. So here we're talking about IPL. Well, you'll be happy to know that with more than 1 billion fans. Yes, you heard it right. With more than 1 billion fans globally, and the Indian subcontinent, which is boasting of more than 90% of the fans are from India. Cricket is a sport that gets all the attention in India. Well, India is a cricket crazy nation, and it's not just a sport in India, but it will be, valid to say that cricket is a religion which is connecting millions together. Well, it would be an understatement to state that Indians love cricket. They just don't love cricket, they worship cricket basically. They are big fans about the cricket here. The game which is played and it is the game which is played in every nookad of India. I mean to say the nook and the crannies of India, whether it is rural or urban. It is popular with the youngs and as well as the olds. Billions of people are following cricket. I think since they know about the cricket sports. Well, in India, cricket also enjoys lots of media attention as well. Yes, there are lots and lots of media's sponsors which are working on cricket or sports and are making good money as well. Well, there are good numbers actually. So let me give you a basic overview of what are we going to do in today's session, and how this session is connected with data science. All right, so let us talk about, first of all, few facts about IPL. Right, so here, yes, we are talking about IPL, Indian Premier League. I think it doesn't need any introduction. It's a 2020 cricket. Right, cricket is, you can, as you know, that it is one of the popular game in India. After the start of IPL, Indian cricket standards has reached an ultimate level, and many talented players got the chance to showcase their skills in this popular platform. Well, IPL is one of the leading cricket tournament in the world as well. Do you know that previously it was NBA? NBA is also very popular, but IPL is giving a strong competition to NBA here. So in today's session, I'm here to describe how we can, use IPL uh, analytics, right? How we can use data science to combine sports with data science, and extract some insights on understanding, the cricket, you can say, outcomes. All right. So, guys, the idea here is obviously not to, not to just only understand how to choose the best team, but the idea here is to understand that how data science can help crack the various aspects or various challenges. Well, all right, so yep. All right. So what are we going to do in today's session? In today's session, we will be analyzing the key objectives here. We'll be analyzing, the parameters that will, help the learners, that will help the cricketers, sorry, that will help the cricketers, to improve the overall performance, right? So we want to come up with some, rules and indicators that will help the team win. Yes, that is right. That is how the cricket boards are planning their strategies to for either batting or bowling on the ground. Yes, we're talking about some real-time analytics, right? So what are the various you can say parameters, what are the various you can say indicators during the game, which will which needs some tactics, some changes in the tactics that is to be followed by the team for their growth, whether in terms of uh, taking the wickets, or scoring more runs within the given over. All right, so in this analytics, in this session, we'll be talking about like how sports analytics are used in crickets, but also we'll be talking about how we can improve the overall team performance. We'll be talking about how the gaming analytics can help improve the business with the economic benefits and growth. We'll also be talking about the predictive models, right? Predictive models means how we can predict the probability of winning or losing, or scoring a certain number of runs, or scoring certain number of wickets based on the various parameters. So all these things we will be following right in today's session, and we will, for this we will use some tools here, right? So there are certain tools that we'll be using here. Those are technical here. So this session is a mix of data science plus cricket here. So there are many of the participants here in this session who are from non-technical background. So yes, it is completely okay, right? I don't need any technical background here. What I need here is your observation. All right. So I will be requiring your observation to understand how we can combine, the sports with the data science here. So when we talk about data science here, it is the implementation of some statistical and scientific methods, right, which we apply on the data, right? So here, uh, to give you a sample understanding, basically, I have got some data with me, right? So as you can see here, this is the data about the matches, played in the past. Well, you can see here I have the season, I have the city here, the dates, the team, the toss winner, the toss decision, results, winner, win by runs or the wickets. So I have a huge data here, right? So here I will be using some statistical methods as well as some scientific methods to extract some data, some patterns, from this data. Well, I want to tell you, right? You really don't need to, you don't really need to know all these, technical jargons, right? Yes, you heard me right. I really don't need your understanding of, scientific methods. I don't need your understanding of statistical methods. What I need from the participants here is the observation, right? I think, you can easily understand all the facts which are presented here. So in order to implement the in order to implement your ideas, right, in order to gather the insights or find the patterns from the data, you need certain tools here, right? And as an instructor, my role is just to tell you what are those tools that we use to, implement our ideas or to fulfill our objectives. Well, it will be good to know some good titles here, right? Okay. I know, I understand that these titles might be new to all of you, but trust me, these are the titles, these are the tools or technologies used by the data scientist, to know the answers, to know the answers of all the questions, like who is going to win the match? What is the probability of, winning this match by the Mumbai Indians against, any, Delhi Capitals, let's say. So what is the probability of, losing this match? What is the, you know predicted number of wickets that we can get from this match? What is the predicted number of scores that we can score from this match? So all these questions can be easily answered if followed these tools, right? Now, as I mentioned here, it is just an introduction to these titles, right? I am not expecting anyone to know these things, right? I just want to tell you that, okay, these are the tools, right? Okay. So these are some analysis and visualization tools which are used by data scientists, to draw the patterns. So there is something called Python. It's a programming language. There is something called Pandas, which is used for data analytics purpose. And we have this Seaborn and Matplotlib. So these are the tools and concepts that we will be using for plotting all those graphs which you learn uh, in your high school. So you must remember those bar charts or pie charts, some line chart, area charts, or heat maps. So all these things can be easily implemented using these tools, and that's how they're driving the cricket. Actually, they're driving the sports, right? So being data scientist is actually fun. There is something that I would like to add here. Being a data scientist is fun. I'll tell you why. Because every day you work on some new domain, you work on new data, you get to learn different domains. For example, many a times I get to work with healthcare, I get to work with sports. Honestly speaking, I was not a sports fan earlier, but when I learned these tools and techniques, I got to know more about just uh, uh, you know uh, just you can say a viewer of this sport, right? So I know more than what a viewer knows. So all these facts can be cracked by using these tools. Well, this domain, data science, has kept me logged for more than 5 years, to be specific. I think I have worked on various technologies earlier. I have worked as a Windows developer. I worked as a web developer as well. I also got the chance to work as a mobile development engineer. But no domain, no field could convince me to work for more than 2 to 3 years. But this is the domain which actually has logged me, and I'm finding a very good platform here. where I can explore the data and I can answer lots and lots of questions. Well, as a data scientist, I think I'm helping lots and lots of companies, to improve on their existing products and services. Yes, that is important. That is an important factor, right? So, the companies are hiring people like us to improve their products and services. They're hiring people like us to, reduce their losses or minimize their losses. They're hiring people like us to, increase their monetary values, right? Increase their profit. So these are a few of the reasons why this is the most, demanding job, because you actually tell the company that how you can save the money. You tell the company that how you can, make more profit, and that's what requires, us to study the data using such tools. I'll give you some case studies here apart from IPL analytics, that what are the areas where we work, right, using these tools. So fraud and anomaly detection, right? So this is one of the area where we work, right? Apart from IPL or sports analytics. So I'm sure that I think every one of you are using some debit or credit card, right? So that debit and credit card needs to be secured. How the companies are securing your transactions, and that's what needs a data scientist to work. Well, if I give you another example here, uh, Uber and Ola search pricing. If you recall your days before 2020, yeah, I know that you know what I mean to say here. So before 2020, we used to hire Uber or Ola. Many a times we were, irritated of search pricing. I understand from the customer perspective, this is really bad. This is negative as from the customer perspective. But think of this scenario, right? Think of a scenario where, there is a customer who is hiring a cab from a very remote location where the driver doesn't, like to go. But due to the search pricing, some drivers may prefer to go to that remote location which is really undesired, or at a very distant location. So in this kind of scenario, search pricing help those customers, to get their, bookings received or accepted. So in some cases also search pricing is beneficial, because people many a times will to pay an extra fare just because their location is might be inconvenient, or maybe there is any circumstances which are not favorable. So that is how we can think of it in a positive term. All right, it's not always negative. Well, as you know that COVID is going on, right, and there is a lot and lot of, lot and lot of you can say, some lots and lot of, casualties are there, right? So data science can help you analyze, the patient's data. You heard me right. There are lots and lots of implementations of data science where the x-ray images are being automatically scanned and are being, you can say, diagnosed, right? And some predictions are being made here, some probability is being, generated by the models or the programs that we write, explaining whether the, given candidate has any sort of disease or not. So these are, you can say, these are some, areas which keeps me involving, not only me but to any data scientist, because this is really, curious. I'm really curious to know the facts, right? So it is not like, every time developing a software, doing all those CRUD operations, every time insert, update, delete is not something which we repeat here. So every challenge is a new opportunity here. So every challenge brings you, those highlighting aspects. Every challenge brings you in the opportunities. Every challenge brings you, something new with it. All right, and that's why I personally like this domain, and I'm working on this. I think I expect myself to work on this domain for at least the 3 years additional. All right. Okay. So, yeah. So this is how a sample technology cluster looks like. All right. So these are behind the scenes aspects what you are seeing here. So if you're using Facebook, right? So Facebook is driven by technology, and here you can see the technology layer. Well, it feels great. It feels proud to work with such backend with to work with such technology stack. All right, and this is also driving the IPL analytics as well, sports in between. Yes, that's right. So here, the idea is not to teach you any specific technology, but to expose you to the various aspects of technologies or data science here, which are actually the driving force of any sector, whether it is healthcare, whether it is sports or finance, or any sector that you can think of. Every sector is driven by computers, and companies are adopting these technologies to add more value, right? If they do not change or if they do not adopt these technologies, I think we all know what has been done to Nokia, right? I think we agree on that, right? So change is inevitable, right? It has to be there. All right. So here, what are we going to do in today's session? So let's get back to the IPL analytics here, right? So yeah, let us extract some insights from the data. All right. So what I'm going to do here is we are going to extract some insights. So here, we're going to answer a few questions here, right? So what are the questions that we're going to answer here? Like we're going to answer from this data we have here. There is a lot of data here, right? So for a normal person, right, it is not you can say it is not possible to remember everything, right? So here we're going to answer all these questions. Which team had won by maximum runs? Which team had won by maximum wickets? Which team won by the closest margin? Which team had won by the minimum wickets? Number of such matches? Which IPL team is more successful? Yeah, I know that you might say this also, but here for being successful, we're going to take various criterias here. All right, and we'll figure out exactly which team is more successful here, and we are going to answer this question as well. That has toss winning helped in winning the matches, right? So we're going to answer this question as well here. So let us do some practicals here. And I know that many of you are from non-programming background, and this session doesn't assumes you to be a programmer, all right? But here there is something that I expect from all of you, and you know what is that? That is observation. I think it will be easy for all of you to read some facts. All right. Okay. So let us start how it looks like when you work as a data scientist. So I'm using some tools here, and I request all of you to please avoid, coding. Okay. All right. So here I go. So here, this is my tool. This is one of the tool that I'm using here for my, development purpose, right? So here I'm using this notebook here, and we are going to write some code here. I request all of you to please ignore the coding. All right, please ignore the coding and just observe the facts here. All right. So here we are going to do some analytics here. All right. I'm repeating here. We are going to do some analytics. All right. So here, analytics is all about finding the valuable insights from the given data sets. All right. So here we are trying to find the valuable insights. All right. So how can we find the valuable insights here? Let us answer these questions by some exercises here. All right. So let me import some of the tools, right? Some tools here, right? So you can please ignore the coding here. I'll just do it quickly here. Import. All right. So what I've just done is that, I just prepared my armor repository. All right. So these are some of my armors here, which I used, for visualization, for analysis, and so on. So here you can see exactly how it looks like when we work. All right. Okay. So let us set some style here. This is some cosmetics applied. Okay. All right. So I have done some cosmetics applied here, and now I'm going to load the data here. All right. So this is going to be matches equals to p dot v. Let's go csv. This is going to be matches dot csv matches. All right. So, oops, looks like there is something wrong here, and that is the spelling. All right. Okay. So that was a good start. So here you can see that, I just loaded the data here, and how easy it is to, load the data here, right? With just 2 lines, it is all done. So here, as a non-programmer, there is one thing that I can do here, and you know what that is? I can actually study this table, right? So I can see the details which are provided here, and as a IPL fan, I think it is easy for me to figure out what these attribute means. For example, season, city, team 1, team 2, the toss winner, the toss decision, who is the winner, win by runs and win by wickets. I think it is easy for me to understand, as a non-programmer, that what these attribute means, right? Okay. So first of all, let me study the data here, right? So let's study the data here, right? So how many rows and columns are here, right? So I'm going to write something here. So here, what I want you, I want you to look at the output here, right? Just look at the output. How many rows and columns are here? Rows and calls. So here you can see that I have 636 rows and 18 different attributes here, right? Okay. Do you want to see the detailed summary here? So I think I can show you, right? So here you can see a detailed summary. Now, as a non-programmer, what I can learn from this detailed summary, at least I can read the attributes of my data. I can see here how many values are there in each field, right? So as a non-programmer, I think understanding the fields is easy. Understanding how many values are there is also convenient. All right. Okay. So how many matches we have got? Matches we have got here, right? Okay. Just give me a moment. Okay. So how many matches we have got here in this, in this data? So I think I can answer this easily, by doing some code here. So here you can see the answer to my question is how many matches we have got here. So the answer is 636 matches details we have got here, right? Okay. Now, okay. Now, what else we can find here from this data, right? What other details we can find here? So, for example, let's say how many seasons we have got here. We have got here, right? So how can I answer this question that how many seasons are here? So I can simply say matches, and I have a season field here, season dot unique. Well, I just want you to avoid this code here, but at least I want you to observe the output, right? So as a non-programmer, as a viewer, as a fan of IPL, the data that I have with me has all these seasons in it. So it has this data from 2008 to I think 2017. All right. So how many total seasons are there, right? In total, right? in total, I think there are 10 seasons data which I have with me. There are more than 10 seasons, obviously, but the data which I have with me has the data of approximately 10 seasons here. All right. Now, okay, so we are able to answer some basic questions here, right? So the questions that we answered here is like how many matches we have got. So we have got 636 matches here. How many seasons we have here in this data? We have 10 seasons here in this data. Okay, so let us answer some interesting questions here, right? So for example, which team had won by maximum runs? Right, so over this period, right? So if I want to know that which is the team which has won by the maximum runs, so any opinions or guesses, guys, from your side? What do you think, guys? What is the probable team you think that could be the team who won by the maximum runs? Anyone make a guess and make a guess. All right. There are lots of CSK fans here. Really? Really? Okay. Okay. Georgian. Okay. All right. So let us try to find the answer to this question here. So please ignore the code. All right. So if you're a non-programmer, simply ignore the code. Oops. Am I missing something here? Index max. Okay, so all right. So here is the spoiler alert. So I think it is a deserving team. What do you say here, everyone? Is it a deserving team, according to you? The team which won by the maximum, you know, uh, runs. So let me show you specifically the winner name here, and this is Mumbai Indians. All right. So so anyone reply me with +1 if you're a fan of Mumbai Indians. Anyone here? Fan of Mumbai Indians team? All right. So we have a few. Georgian. Georgian Jacob. Oh, really? Okay. Okay. So there is a conflict here. Okay. All right, Rama. Noted. Noted. There are many, reasons and factors or parameters here, but that's fine. That is a subjective choice, and all choices are, completely accepted here. Okay. So let us answer another question here. Which we let us find other insight from the data, and the next insight that we are going to find here is. Let's say which team had won by minimum wickets. All right. Oops. Okay. Really? So over the period of time, right? Over the period of, from 2008 to 2017, which team had won by the minimum wickets? Just make the guesses, right? Make the guesses, right? I will just see if if your guesses matches with the answers, provided by the data science. All right. So this is getting really interesting here today. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, so let me just make some corrections here in this expression here. I will say win by wickets here, dot get one. I'll just remove this. Oops. Just let me check matches. Dot. Let me write it completely, right? So I think this is not helping me. Matches win by wickets. Well, this is a very good example, you know, of a multi-dimensional array, right? Okay, just give me a moment. I think I am missing something here. So let me correct this. All right, let me check the grammar. Hmm. Hmm. All right. So I think I can fix this. Okay. So this is win by wickets here. You can see here. So do you think, guys, this is the expected team, right? According to you, what do you think? Does this team deserves this flag? Oh, come on. All right. Looks like there is a tie here. All right. No shoes. Oh, okay. At least I think you can answer this question here, right? Which uh, season had most number of matches? Any guesses, guys? Which season had most number of matches from 2008 to 2017? Anyone? Okay, 2010, 2000. Okay, any fan follower here? Come on, any IPL committed, dedicated, die-hard fan follower? Okay, when Pune played. Okay. Oh, okay. When Kochi was introduced, the year where two additional teams were added. Nikita, which what was the year? I think. Okay. Really? Okay. I think I can answer this easily, right? Well, let us ask data science here to answer this question. All right. Okay. So let us ask the same question to this data science. Count plot x equals to season, data equals to matches, plt dot show. All right. So, guys, it's okay if you don't know coding, but at least you can read the plots, you can read the graph. All right. So, what do you think, guys? Which season has had the most number of matches here? All right, Georgian, well played. Well played. Well played, guys. So, yeah, I remember that there were some responses who mentioned 2013, and that yes, Akash, that's right. Okay, that's great. That's great. So here you can see that the year 2013 had the most number of matches. Then there is 2012, 11. I think these are the three years which saw the most number of matches. All right. So that looks beautiful actually, and this plot is also very beautiful. All right. Now, what are we going to do here, right? So, we are going to find a very important, a very important question here, right? Answer to that question, and that is, which is the most uh, successful team. Well, again, this can be a very debating question here. Well, yeah, this can be a very debating question here. So I request all of you to please present your views. According to you, which is the most successful team? Okay, really? We have lots and lots of CSK fans here. All right, there are a few for MI. Okay, that's great. Okay, so guys, can I ask you this question, right? What do you think that what is the parameter? What is the parameter that you are counting for being a successful team? Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Wins? Really? Okay. So let me show you the winner here. Okay, so guys, look at the winnings there, right? Look at the winning count of each team here. So according to you, what do you think, guys? Since 2000, from 2008 to 17, uh, you can see the max number of wins there, guys. Oh, come on. Don't get jealous, all right? Don't get jealous. Really, Gotham? Shall we agree on the Gotham's response here? Okay. Well, this data is pretty clear about the Mumbai Indians here. But wait, well, this is a tabular data. Well, let me show you, this SNS.bar plot here. So I'm going to use the data visualization technique here, which is going to, you know, clearly help us understand the data. All right. So I think here you can clearly compare how it looks like, when we see the text data versus the visualization, right? So guys, do you agree with this fact that visualization, is more interpretable than the text data, right? That's right. That's right. That's right. So here, so here, when we are working with data, it is not only about extracting the insights, right? It's not only about extracting the insight. It's about how we are presenting it. All right. So that's also very very important on how we are portraying it to the other people, right? Yeah, Georgian, that's right. That's right. So here, rising Pune super giants. If you look at this team here, why we are seeing a very ill performance here in this team? Well, I really have a very less idea about this team. All right, Akash. Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it. Now we are going to move further, and here I'm going to present you with a discussion here, right? So, what would be your approach to find the player of the match or top player of the match? So, what do you think, guys? What will be your parameter? What will be your criteria to find the top player of the match? So, what is the parameter that you will consider for finding the top player? Anyone? Any guesses? Come on. All right, Georgian, I request you to present the full forms, right? It might be interpretable, misinterpreted. Okay, that was a joke. All right. Yeah, that's right. Man of the match. Okay. That's right. So here we are talking about the top players of the match as per the as per their man of the matches actually, right? So let us see exactly what are the top players here. So I'm just going to extract the top players here. Value counts. If I show you the top players here, let's see what the data says. Hmm. Hmm. All right. Hmm. So here, these are the player of the match here, and basically what you're seeing is the frequency here, right? How many times you know, uh, they were, you know, uh, uh, voted as the player of the match. All right. Uh, all right. So I think there are a few players here with some less values. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the top 10 here. So I think this should work. Okay. Hmm. Okay. So here we can see the top players of the match. And again, as I mentioned earlier, that this is not presentable. So we are going to use here our visualization ninja techniques, all right, to present this data visually, which will be more appealing and, more convincing to read and interpret. So for this, let us use the bar plot once again. Top underscore players dot index y equals to top players, and orientation equals to vertical. Is it working? Yeah, looks like it is working. Just give me a moment. Let me decorate a little bit here. All right, so here we can see the Gaile here, which is topping the results here, and we can see Mac Hussey here, which is you know uh, not really performing well compared to others. All right, so guys, which one is your favorite player? Among these top players, guys. Anyone? Oh, that's great. Oh, well, there was this case study which I was working on, some 6 months back. And please don't take me negatively here. All right. So I'm just sharing my study that, about MS Dhoni. I did this 6 months back actually, where I was trying to figure out that, what has been the, performance history of MS Dhoni, and how his performance is contributing in the winning of the match. Yes, Kamal. No, I don't spend much, but I spend sufficient. Okay, let's decorate it. Palette blues. Oops. Okay, let's ignore it. Okay. Okay. All right. Let us answer this question here, right? This is basically, has toss winning helped in match winning? So, what do you think, guys? What is your opinion, right? Do you think that toss winning helps in match winning? What do you think, guys? What is your opinion? Is it yes, no, or you can say maybe as well? Yeah, Georgian, the parameter here is, toss winning, right? That is the parameter here. Okay. Okay, some say yes, some say no, some say depends, not always. Well, yeah, I agree with all of you, right? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Mukesh, that is the part of the upcoming sessions. Actually, now let us discuss things sequentially. If it can be yes, if pitch is in favor of winning the toss, team Weber. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. So here, let us see what the data has to say about this, right? So what the data says, with respect to this question, if the toss winning is really helping, in the winning of the match here. So let us write some instructions. Let us write some codes which will help us understand if it is, working here. Yep, matches toss winner equals to matches winner. Assess Hmm. Dot group by SS dot size. All right. What do you think, guys? Here, according to you, is it really helping? Well, Mahima, if you look at this true here, so it looks like toss winning is actually helping in some in by some ratio, by some proportion, you can say, by some proportion. Yeah, some proportion actually, right? Not so there is not a bigger difference here. You can, yes, you can say it is marginally helping. That's right. So toss winning is as per the data, or if I say statistically, right? Statistically, the answer is yes. You can say marginally, you can say somewhat, you can say kind of, but it is actually helping in match winning. All right, so let me show you this count plot access, and here is the visualization of this data here. So somewhat we can say, right? So it's not pretty specific that it is helping, but by some small margins it is helping. All right. All right. So, I think we have answered a very good questions here, that we may have in our mind with respect to, with respect to the sports here. So I think this is what I wanted to share with all of you in today's session. So this is session one of this IPL predictions. And in this day one, I wanted to give you a fair idea about, how data science is actually helping organizations to extract the data and make decisions. Well, you can also say that this is a decision science that you're learning. Well, that was all from my side, guys, for today's webinar. I hope you enjoyed the session. I hope you enjoyed the facts which are presented and discovered from this data. Well, definitely, if you're looking for resources like notebook, and if you're looking for the data sets, definitely you can contact the upgrad team on the given details, so they will forward it to you, everyone. Yeah. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. I'm launching the feedback poll here, everyone. I request all of you to please fill the feedback poll before you exit, from the session, everyone. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. Bye bye, everyone. Take care. Stay happy, stay blessed, and stay safe. I will definitely, see you in my next session where we'll be working on some predictions. Bye bye, everyone. Be excited. I'll see you.